Ever since there's been coup in African countries, from Niger and now Gabon, I've seen so many Nigerians coming on social media to say they want military coup to happen in Nigeria. Nigeria is next. And Yoruba people usually say, "Ikú tó bá ń pa ojúgbà ẹni, òwe ló fi ń pa fún ni." That's the death or the killing of one's close acquaintance or the killing of a close neighbor is sending a message to you. It's like you don't understand what military coup entails. Military coup is not something one should pray for. I think most people who are saying this in our Y2K generation, they've not heard about the story of coup or probably experienced it. That's why they can say it. It's like the small freedom people are enjoying, you don't like it. You don't like it. All this one will hear that they will go to airports, embassies, they will see people on a long queue trying to jump out of Nigeria. If military should take over Nigeria right now, they say nothing like jackpot anymore. You cannot do anything about it. That jackpot, you will not be able to jackpot again. There's limited, or in fact, absolutely no freedom with military regime. Here, in as much as we want Nigeria to be better, in as much as we're complaining that our economy in Nigeria is nothing to write home about, it's not okay, people are suffering, things are not funny, prices of goods and services are like ×4 of the previous price. Definitely, military regime is not the answer, if you ask me. I understand. In fact, right now, I'm feeling the heat because I'm thinking of selling my car because my house rent has been increased, utility bills ×4. I have other things I have to sort with money. Just last week, my friend whose husband owned a private primary school called me and was begging with a shaky voice and was telling me, please, any amount I can assist her with, I should just give it to her. I was like, is it that bad? In fact, that she doesn't mind 1,000 naira. I was so pained inside me that 1,000 naira I owe you. But I thought your husband has a primary school. She said, which primary school? School that our pupils have refused to pay school fees because their parents do not have money. And if you don't send them home, they will stop coming because their parents will hire home lesson teacher for them. It's that bad. So what we are doing is teaching on credit. If any one of them got touch their parent, they will send maybe probably half of the school fees, not even the complete school fees. Can you imagine that? So I understand people's pain. But if you ask me, military regime is definitely not our answer in this Nigeria. If we are conversant with the story of the first coup in 1966, we will not even pray for military coup to happen again. How many of us have watched Saworide, by Tunde Kelani? Saworide is almost depicting the story of Nigeria right now because King Lakwite of Jogbo Town also took over the reign of Lakwite in a cunning way. He was not supposed to be the king, and then he killed the person who was supposed to be king, and then he took over the throne. When he took over the throne, he realized that money was not coming like he wanted, and there was a prophecy that for every king of Jogbo Town, they will not be as wealthy or as popular as their counterparts in neighboring villages and towns. And King Lakwite does not like this. He wanted to be rich. That was why he became king. He wanted power, he wanted fame, he wanted money. And so he got a secret from his friend that if you want to be rich and powerful and as famous as other kings in neighboring village, do not partake or participate in the incision and some of the rites during the coronation process. And then he did that, and so things were working for him. In fact, he had to connive with the white, some modern investors, to steal the resources of the town, leaving the town in ruin. Nothing is working again. This modern investor, they will come with their machinery to cut down trees, to export them abroad, and then he will pocket the whole money. In fact, some chiefs in the town, they were in connivance with him, and then he also, in fact, he bought car for all of them. And then the people were in agony, they were crying, they were suffering. There's no food again because most of them, they should go to the farm. They ended up being killed on their farmland by these people, or during the process of cutting down trees, they would destroy their crops and then their farm produce and all. So they even staged a protest, and then they went there, started crying and then begging King Lakwite to please do something. He imprisoned all of them. And so they look within themselves, what can we do to solve our situation? They now went to the chief priest of Jogbo Town that please, we're not having it rosy again. Our children are dying. There's no food again. Hunger wants to kill us. What should we do? And we have gone to our king. Our king, if you should speak against this government or you question him, you will be killed or you will be kidnapped or you will be imprisoned. The chief priest now told them that for every king of Jogbo Town, it is the crown of brass that makes them the king and gives them the authority. If they should steal the crown of brass, he will not be recognized as the true king, he will lose his authority. And so the youth of the town stole the crown of brass. When he realizes that he has lost his authority as the king of Jobo, that's King Lantana, he went to the military to sort for help, and then they should help him to retrieve the crown of brass, because without that crown of brass, he is not a king. He's just king by mere words. He asked the military commandant Lagata what does he want for helping him retrieve the crown of brass. Lagata, the military commandant, said he wants to be the king himself, and that was how they overthrew him. The military took over Jobo town. The people that were crying and wailing that they are tired of suffering. In fact, their suffering became times 2, because when the military took over, they started behaving how they like. They were killing people, behaving anyhow. That is how military regime work. If military regime should take over, you see all this our educational system that we're crying that is nothing to write home about, blah blah blah. In fact, it will further be ruined. It will further be ruined. Our economy will also be ruined further. Remember the first military coup in 1966? It left our economy in ruin, and we have not been able to recover till today. So if military should take over again, in fact, we have not seen before. We will now see there will be lack of freedom. You see that small freedom people are enjoying, you will not enjoy it again. All this one will come online, come and show our annoyance, our grievance. We'll call out our government out for their misdeed, their mismanagement of fund and all. We will not be able to do it too, because there will not be freedom of speech. Even if you try and have that freedom of speech, you see that freedom after speech cannot be guaranteed. All this one you see, all this mass media, all this media house, all these TV stations will come online. Someone like Rufai Husseini will call out bad politicians, call them out for their misdeed. He will not be able to do that. Who born him? It is what the military regime want the people to know that they will know. If they don't want to know anything, you dare not know it. Hey. All these other people want to travel abroad. If they say no traveling abroad again, you are not going anywhere. You are not. There will not be freedom again at all. There will be instability of government, because government will always be passed on from one person. If this person succeeds in overthrowing this person, he will take over the government, and another person plan coup again and succeed to overthrow this person, and which is not good. It is not. That's not what we wanted, right? And in that process, policies will now be initiated and then abandoned, because if this person is not able to complete it, this person will come and then they will just abandon it and want to start or initiate a new policy all over again. In case we don't know, military coups are always bloody. There's always loss of lives and property. That 1966 military coup, so many political leaders, their wives, their children, even some soldiers who were seen to be planning mutiny also were murdered. They were assassinated. There's always loss of life. You see all this our constitution that we're always holding on to, Nigeria constitution, succession, this succession, that. You'll not be able to talk about constitution again. They will eliminate it totally. They themselves are the constitution. They are not answerable to any rule of law. They are the law, and with military regime, there will be lawlessness, because they have taken over absolute power. Usually they are power drunk. You now see broad daylight assassination. You talk anyhow, you say anyhow, they gun you down. A gunner. We should not pray for military regime in Nigeria at all. And you see, when these military leaders, when they now sense that there's a threat or any opposition from anywhere, whether amongst people, the civilian, or maybe even in the military camp, they will assassinate those people right away. They can be colleagues. They sense that my colleague is trying something, he's planning one nonsense behind me. They will kill him. They will kill them straight away. So military regime is not the answer or the solution to our problem in Nigeria. They may be taking over other African countries, but please, they should not try it in Nigeria. And I even trust some of these African presidents. Look at Cameroonian president. I heard he sacked his military service chief. It's true. Just like I said, the death that killed one's close neighbor is sending a message to somebody. So I've heard that there's coup d'etat in Niger. I heard that there's coup d'etat in Gabon. Will I not be afraid that it will come near me? So I better sack all my military chiefs and know that I am safe. That is it. So please, for us, if you don't understand, let's go and read more or learn more about military coup d'etat. We will now know that there are lots and many disadvantages. I don't even know any of the advantage. I don't know if it has any advantages. But if you know, please drop it in the comment section. I might not know. We don't know. We don't know it all. So for me, I only know about the disadvantage, and I don't think it's a solution to our problems in Nigeria. If you have a different opinion, please kindly drop them in the comment section. Thank you.